Hello my fellow scratchers, in this video we are going to perform a rolling dice simulation in Scratch. This video covers how you can simulate the rolling dice by using simple images and random function. You can use this technique to make different interesting games involving the use of a dice. So first, let's see how our program runs. So there is a roll button here which allows me to roll the dice. See, when I click it, the dice rolls and it gives me a random number, and the dice also goes smoothly up and down. So let's get to coding. So first I will name this project now Rolling Dice. Go to the Costume tab and delete these cats. First I am going to make the dice. The Scratch library doesn't have a dice, so we will have to make one. We'll have to make each side of the dice individually. You can draw a dice using Visio or Paint and save the image as .png or .svg files. And then upload the images. So to upload them, go to the Costumes toolbar and select the option Upload. I have already made all of these sides, so I'll just have to upload them. So I will select one and click open, and same for others. Now let's delete this costume. So these are all the sides of a dice. Now go to the code tab, and this dice is too big. So go to the events category and drag the when green flag click block here. Now go to the looks category. So for example, I will set its size to 30%. As you can see guys, the dice is now much smaller. Now for further initialization, go to the My Blocks category and create a custom block. Name it Initialization. And check that box of Run Without Screen Refresh. Now under a define initialization script, drag the set size to block here and call this function right here. And we will name the dice sprite to. Now let's make the button. So there is a button already present in the Scratches library. So click on this and search here button. And I'm going to choose this button. Now go to the Costumes tab. And I will enter a text on the button with the color white. Roll. Drag and set the font to Sans Serif. Now go to the code tab. And I want this button to be here. So go to the events category and drag the when green flag click block into the scripting area. Now go to the motion category and drag the go to XY block here. And in the X value, I will set to -208. And the y-axis to -108. And since the button is big, I will set its size to 70%. As you can see guys, now our button program is done. Now go to the events category and drag the when this sprite is clicked block into the scripting area. And when it's true, drag the broadcast and wait block here, and we will make a new message. Name it Roll a Dice. So this means when we click this button, it will broadcast this message. Now go to the dice sprite and drag the when I receive block here, and also drag the initialization block here, and delete this when green flag clicked block. We don't need the green flag because when the dice receives this message, it will run its program. Now, for animating the sprite, we will go to the My Blocks category and create a new custom block. Name it Animate. And we want select the Run Without Screen Refresh box, so that it doesn't run before the frame is displayed. Now we will call this function right after the initialization. Now go to the initialization and we will set the Y position of the dice to -108. Now under the animate script, go to the control category and drag the repeat until loop here. Now go to the operators category and drag the greater than block here. Now go to the motion category and drag the Y position reporter block inside this space and set the value in this space to -24. So this means it will repeat until the Y position of the dice is greater than -24, which is right here. For better understanding, let me show a graph of the X and Y axes. So go to the backdrops tab and I will choose a backdrop. Now it is not present here, so go at the bottom. And I will select this X and Y grid and delete this backdrop. Now again go to the dice. As you can see guys, when I click this roll button, the starting position of the dice is -108. Now drag the change Y by block here. And let's say I set the value to 5. As you can see, when I press the roll button, the Y position of the dice is greater than -24, which is somewhere right here. Now let the Y position of the dice will keep changing by 5 until the Y position is greater than -24. Now let's click the roll button. As you can see guys, the dice Y position changes. Now I want it to change its Y position smoothly. So to do that, we will create two new variables. The first variable we will name Y velocity, and the second variable we will name power. And don't forget to add an underscore at the very beginning. So this means that it will be on the top of the list of the variables category. Now delete this my variable. Now drag the Y velocity variable here and change by block here. And I will select the option Y velocity, and it will change the Y velocity by power. Now we want to initialize power and Y velocity variables. So let's say we set the Y velocity to 0 and the power to 0.55. So guys, what is happening that first it sets the Y velocity variable to 0 and it will repeat until the Y position of the dice is greater than -24, as I explained before. Now it will change the Y by Y velocity, and the Y velocity variable will increase by the value of power variable. Now guys, let's run the program. As you can see guys, the dice goes up smoothly. Now we want the dice to come down. So duplicate it from here, and this time we will repeat until the Y position of the sprite is less than -108, which is right here, and that its starting position. So go to the operators category and drag the less than block here. Now go to the motion category and drag this Y position block here and set the value here to -108, which is the dice starting position. Now this time we want to change the Y velocity variable with a negative value. So drag a minus block here and in the first space I will set the value to 0 and in the second space I will drag this power variable. Now click roll. As you can see guys, the dice goes up and down very smoothly. Now let's rotate the dice. So go to the motion category and drag the turn clockwise degrees block here and we will turn 300 degrees clockwise and also drag this turn degrees block inside the other repeat until loop. Now let's run our program. As you can see guys, the dice also rotates, but its edge is coming down here like this. So I don't like that. So to fix that, we will drag the set Y2 block here and we will set the Y position to -108 and drag the point in direction block here and set the value to 90. So with this point in direction block, the dice won't land on its corner, it will land on its straight edge. Now let's run our program. As you can see guys, now our dice is straight. Now I don't want this X and Y position. Now let's remove this background and make a new one. So go to the stage and go to the backdrops tab. Now duplicate this and we will convert it to vector and delete this. Now also delete this backdrop and I will name this backdrop floor and sky. Now I will make the floor black like this and I will set the color of the sky to brown. You can make any type of backdrop that you want. Now let's hide these two variables. So go to the code tab and go to the variables category. Hide these two variables. Now let's run our program. As you can see guys, when I press the roll button, the dice starts rolling. But it doesn't give me a random number. The number stays the same. So to fix that, we will go to the looks category and drag the switch to costume block here. And we will switch to the costume and drag a pick random to block here. And in the first space, I will enter the value 1 and the second one, I will enter the number of faces that a dice has. So it's 6. Now duplicate this from here and drag the switch costume to block here. Now let's run our program. As you can see guys, the dice also changes its number. And it gives me a random number. So this is how you can make a dice program. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. If you want to learn how to perform a smooth clean animation using a simple Scratch scripts, then check out my how to have smooth clean animation on Scratch video. If you have any questions, I'll be waiting for you in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.